Hi, I'm Lionel. Welcome to our management conversation. Today we have Andrew as our special guest. Welcome, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Lionel. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for the opportunity to tell my story today.
Thank you so much for your time. Tell us about your role, Andrew.
Okay, look, I've just taken on a role with the City of Albany, which is a regional capital in WA, very much renowned for its ANZAC, and it's the first settlement in WA. So I've been appointed to the role of Chief Executive Officer, and I've been in that position now for just over 2 months. So very exciting times for me, and very much looking forward to the opportunities that come with that role.
Right. Any challenges in...
Look, it's really, from my perspective, it's about getting to understand the community. It's about getting to understand people and really showing key leadership in terms of me being accepted into that community as a leader and taking the organisation forward. So really at this stage it's about getting on board and understanding the business and community as quickly as possible. So a number of challenges that have already emerged, and I'm meeting them head on and looking forward to delivering on key outcomes.
Right, okay. Now let's talk about some academic theory, Andrew.
Certainly.
Henri Fayol, all right, known as the father of management,
Yeah.
He talks about PLOC, planning, leading, organising and controlling as the 4 functions of management. Tell us about how you plan in your role.
Look, I've set a very much a guiding plan going forward for my first 90 days, and that really is about understanding, being accepted, setting certain levels of trust within the organisation, so that I'm out there really trying to get out to all of our key outstations. I've really made a strong effort to be seen by all of the employees, be seen by key stakeholders in our community. I have 13 bosses, one led by the Mayor and 12 elected councils, so I've had one-on-one meetings with them in terms of building a relationship, building trust. Also key stakeholders that are having a significant investment around economic drivers in our community, such as state government agencies, Landcorp in particular, and also key business people in the community. So I have been very busy in my first 2 months, really getting out there and making people know that I'm here, and I'm setting some really key challenges going forward and working with the council to achieve community outcomes.
Right. Are your plans short term, medium term?
Well, I have set 10 goals that I'm going to be measured on by the council going forward, and some of them are inwardly focused and some of them are outwardly focused. So one, it is really about a very strong induction program for our newly elected members, so that they understand their roles and responsibilities in terms of taking on a key leadership role in a large community organisation such as the City of Albany. So we will partner with the Australian Institute of Company Directors to run a series of programs over a 12-month period, so that people coming into, there's 4 new councillors that have just come on board in October, and we're working with them to get them up to speed so they understand the purpose of their role. In terms of our leadership team internally, we are going to, I've recently done the Franklin Covey management program, and we're looking at doing something similar tailored to Albany that will give our leaders, particularly our executive team, a united position about what it means to be a leader in local government, what we stand for, and really designed about creating a high-performing team internally. So we're looking at, they're some of my key goals. Other goals that I have set around predominantly project delivery, and also forming alliances with our neighbouring local governments to practice some resource sharing and get economies of scale going forward, so that we're not working in isolation in what we consider the Great Southern, what we call the Great Southern region, which makes up 11 local governments in total, and Albany being the largest local government in that region with a population of around 37,000 people.
Oh, that's pretty big. All right. How do you know if you're achieving your goals? How do you control?
Well, I'm on a performance-based management contract with the council, so part of that responsibility is setting goals that I'm responsible for achieving. So they will measure me on my performance over the next 12 months. So I've set 10 key drivers that I will be responsible for delivering. A lot of those are around business improvement, community engagement, forming alliances, and really getting economic development into our region, and particularly through our regional capital, the City of Albany. So how do you measure them? I think we really have a number of key drivers. We have an integrated financial planning framework that has been set through a conversation with our community around their wishes and desires. And then out of that, we have a number of key performance objectives that our community can hold us accountable for. So there's external KPI drivers that we put together. We measure them on a monthly basis. And there's also individual key performance drivers that I'm responsible for the overall delivery of the administration and reporting to the council. And I've also recently set with each of my executive directors 10 individual goals that I will be expecting them to deliver on and work collectively towards performance-based outcomes over the next 12 months. So it's really about putting the accountabilities back to people, giving people confidence to actually deliver in their own right.
All right. Can you give us some examples of, in particular, what some
measures? Look, we're in the process of developing a capital works reporting framework. So at the moment, I have been working with the team around having monthly reporting on our major capital works projects, so that we understand very quickly if there's going to be any overruns, if there's going to be any community backlash or perception, so that there's early indications that we can change quickly and also keep our council advised around how we're going in terms of performance. So we'll have a framework that's being developed at the moment that we'll collectively get together on a monthly basis, understand how those projects are tracking, and we'll also then be reporting that upwardly to council, so at any point in time there's an overall summary of how the organisation is performing.
Right. You spoke earlier about leadership. What's leadership to you?
So leadership to me is really values based. What my style of leadership is really around trust and building a relationship with people. From my point of view, leadership is all about people, it's all about relationships, and it's about forming an alliance within the organisation that you're building a high performing team to deliver on set outcomes. So it really is giving people the right tools, the right education, the right connections in our community to deliver on what we're setting in terms of at least on a monthly, then an annual, and then a long-term basis. So very much based on values.
Right. And organising, one of the 4 functions of management again.
Yeah.
Ever since you were appointed CEO, did you reorganise your department?
Well, I'm in the process. We've got an executive of 5, so 5 pillars within the organisation. One of those positions is currently vacant, so we're going through working with an external recruiting agent to appoint into that position. I am looking at working with the executive team and looking at some small realignments in the organisation to bring people into collective teams where there's synergies in terms of doing so. But at this stage, I haven't formed a position in terms of an overall total organisational restructure. My initial impressions are that the organisation is performing very well. There's some very talented people, and they've been recognised in their own right by the achievements of Albany over the past 12 to 18 months, particularly with the National Anzac Centre winning a number of well-recognised accolades, and tonight I'm in Perth for the Premier's Award, so hopefully the City of Albany will be recognised for our achievements again today.
All right, and good luck with that.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Oh, my pleasure. And look, in terms of Albany, it's a fantastic opportunity. I will take this chance to give it a plug. Anybody that hasn't visited Albany, it's a fantastic natural environment. We would encourage anyone to come and visit, and look forward to seeing you in Albany sometime soon.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure.
All right, that's all from us. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.